And let's hit OK. Let me go ahead and stretch this down for you real quick. Let me do this. I'll do all the rows for us here, and I'll pick this data range. And when you first see it, it's going to be too small for me. Let me see. I'm missing something there. Hold on, I'll just do one row. It's too small, so let me stretch that out so you can see it, and I'll make it much larger. Let's just look at that top row. What this is actually showing is a numeric analysis of what the trend of these particular values are. Starting out small and getting smaller, and then a really rich year, and then back down, and so forth. So just quick ways to show a trend so we can make firm decisions on how things are actually running. What else is in here? Well, something else that's brand new in this environment actually has to do with pivot tables. Now, I know you're probably rolling your eyes. Pivot tables, it sounds like something that I'll need to see the doctor about. Pivot tables used to be very difficult, but the idea behind pivot tables is that I can take mass amount of data. Let's say I have 800 different items here, different people, salespeople who have different orders. And if I suddenly say, what's our best salesperson at the company? Oh, well, hold on. Let me add 3,000 different orders and figure that out. Are we doing better in US or Canada? Oh, hold on, that's going to be a while to get that answer. Well, they have made pivot tables continuously easier and easier. But they have a new feature in pivot tables. I'm clicking the Insert tab, going to Pivot Table right here. Clicking, just creating a quick pivot table. So if I want to see, we'll say which salesperson and which order amount is doing well. This has been available in the last version. We can see that, Miss Peacock did it with a wrench in the library. I don't know, whatever. So we can find out information. But the new feature right here is called a slicer. And the idea behind a slicer is to slice a piece of information that we're looking for. For example, if we just want to see one salesperson's information, we can look at that. We're also seeing that PowerPoint is actively changing here. There's all kinds of new little things in PowerPoint. Let me just show you some of the ones that I know you've noticed. For example, let's say I want to get a different transition here. I'll do a ripple here real quick. Can you see that? So lots of new transitions. Look a lot like Keynote on the Mac. I think they're really trying to compete with some of these items that are here, as you can see. We're seeing some of the screenshots, the better graphic items, but I understand that we'll see a lot more features coming up. One little thing that you will see here, let me go ahead and show you this one. I'm going to put in a new slide real quick. There we go. Let's say I want to put a video on the slide. As you can see, I like them. So I'll go under Insert Video from File. And let's say I grab a video and just throw it on the slide. In the past, when I put a video on, it was either play it all or stop it and go on, because you really didn't have a way to play a couple seconds of it, stop, make a point. It was just not very easy to do. Notice when I put any video into the new PowerPoint 2010, I get a slider bar at the bottom. So now I can actually get a timeline. I can make stops at certain points. You don't want to sit there and play a 30-minute video during a meeting, but yet you may want to stop and collectively make some points. So now when I play this, for example,
welcome, Parabolas. Cool town, eating in the city, dressed so fine and looking so pretty. Cool cat, looking for a kitty, gonna look in every corner of the city. Chill out and wheezing like a bus stop, running upstairs, gonna meet you on the rooftop.
So I can pause it at this point, make our points during our meeting, and then if you notice when I hover back over the movie, the timeline pops back up, continue to play, and let it continue on. Small little feature, but why wasn't this done previously? So nice thing to be able to make points. We'll see one more shape here. It goes on and on. So all kinds of great new things that we can see here and different transitions. Some of the new items that are in some of the other products, if you haven't had a chance to use OneNote at your place of business, I want you to really consider it. OneNote, now that it's actually part of Office in all the versions, not just a few, OneNote now has the ribbon on the top. If you're not familiar with it at all, OneNote is just a great way to stay organized. In other words, right now, I'll pick on Scott right here, he's taking great notes. Now, the honest to goodness truth that in 2 years, if you want to find out one particular thing I showed during this meeting, you're not going to be able to find it, Scott. Let's be honest. Where is this notebook? What page is it on? Can you read your own writing? All those things occur. But if you're using a tablet or a PC or a laptop, with OneNote, everything is fully searchable. You can screenshot anything. You can record sound, videos, do equations, anything that you need to do in one location. New York Times recently has stated that used to be Word and Excel were the business tools of today's workforce. Now they're saying OneNote it might be one of the most amazing tools of all, just to stay very organized with all the information that we have to deal with. So if you've never taken a look at it, it's part of Office, you may want to check it out, especially now that it's web-based as well. Outlook 2010 will also have a nice looking facelift. It looks somewhat similar, but we see ribbons everywhere. One of the features I wanted to point out very quickly, a lot of your companies may already have this feature, but you're paying an expensive amount to a third-party software company. What the new feature is this summer, when I'm not in my office here on campus, a student could call, record their voice message, and once CVCC hooks up to this Outlook 2010, it would automatically take that voice recording, place it automatically in Outlook, and send it to me. Now, this is third-party software has done this in the past, but now we wouldn't need that piece at all. And what happens here is when I get the voicemail, I would just click the play button, and I can play that over and over again, and when that student says, I didn't say that, but yes, you did. Okay, we have everything recorded. Why shouldn't all messages come to me the same way? Whether they be voice or print, or any of the ways. So it makes sense to me to be able to do some of these items here. So you're seeing Office, but we're still in early stages. I wish I could show you the finished product, but they haven't finished it yet. But I can show you a finished product today. Windows 7, and I saved the best to last. I'm really impressed. And I'm not the only one. I'm not going to take you out to all the sites, but everybody go to your favorite hater of Microsoft and see what they thought of Windows 7. They like it. They really like it. Well, the due date for this will hit the market on October 22nd, just in 6 weeks. So it's coming out very soon, but technically it's already done. It actually has RTM'd, which means it's released to manufacturing already. Some of you with large Microsoft licenses, I saw a gold partner over here and so forth, probably have already been sent a few versions here and there. So it's already out and about, people have tested it, and to be absolutely honest, I liked Vista. But it was slower on most machines, it was a memory hog, and it wasn't ready when it first came out. In other words, they didn't have all the third-party software playing nice. This is what Vista should have been. They didn't just change a couple pieces of code and call it Windows 7. They did a full rewrite because the code needed to be compressed to run much faster. Let me tell you some basic stats on this computer. This computer, 1 gig RAM. It's an older machine. I've become attached to it. I need to let it go. But it's one of those old friends. I've had it for almost 3 years. With 1 gig of RAM, you said, what are you doing? Well, it did run Vista slowly. It took 2.5 minutes to boot up as of 6 months ago with Vista. With Windows 7 on board, it takes 32 seconds to boot up. I know that's just a small judge, but everything I do is significantly faster. I'm noticing, now Microsoft is saying it's 10 times faster. I don't know where they get these numbers, but my own personal use, 3 to 4 times faster than Vista was for me. You can upgrade from Windows XP, or you can upgrade from Vista.